Hi guys, how's it going? It's Julian. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're gonna be reading an article from the Lancet magazine, which is basically a medical one, which shares content related with things and researchers related with the medical field in general. So in this case, we're gonna be reading a particular article, which is basically a controversial one. It's about all the conflict that is being happening on Palestine and is related with the Palestinian people and all this conflict which is been happening in the Middle East with Israel and so on and so forth. So it doesn't matter. Maybe it has some. It doesn't has political implications. It's just like an article related with the medical field and facts, if you want to call it that way. So let's go ahead. First of all, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe to support the channel, and let's go for it. The name of the article is Counting the Dead in Gaza, Difficult but Essential. And well, let's go ahead. This article, it's from July 2024. It's been like a couple of months then since this article was released, so let's go. By June 19, 2024, 37,396 people had been killed in the Gaza Strip since the attack by Hamas and the Israeli invasion in October 2023, according to the Gaza Health Ministry, as reported by the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. The ministry's figures have been contested by the Israeli authorities, although they have been accepted as accurate by Israeli intelligence services, the United Nations, and WHO. These data are supported by independent analysis, comparing changes in the number of deaths of United Nations Relief and Works Agency, UNRWA, that's the abbreviation, staff with those reported by the ministry, which found claims of data fabrication implausible. Collecting data is becoming increasingly difficult for the Gaza Health Ministry due to the destruction of much of the infrastructure. The ministry has had to augment its usual reporting based on people dying on its hospital or broken death with information from reliable media sources and first responders. This change has inevitably degraded the detailed data recorded previously. Consequently, the Gaza Health Ministry now reports separately the number of unidentified bodies among the total death toll. As of May 10, 2024, 30% of the 35,091 deaths were unidentified. Some officials and news agencies have used this development, designed to improve data quality, to undermine the veracity of the data. However, the number of reported deaths is likely an underestimate. The non-governmental organization Airwars undertakes detailed assessments of incidents in the Gaza Strip and often finds that not all names of identifiable victims are included in the ministry's list. Furthermore, the United Nations estimates that by February 29, 2024, 35% of buildings in the Gaza Strip had been destroyed. So the number of bodies still buried in the rubble is likely substantial, with estimates of more than 10,000. Armed conflicts have indirect health implications beyond the direct harm from violence. Even if the conflict ends immediately, there will continue to be many indirect deaths in the coming months and years from causes such as reproductive, communicable, and non-communicable diseases. The total death toll is expected to be large given the intensity of this conflict, destroyed healthcare infrastructure, severe shortages of food, water, and shelter, the population's inability to flee to safe places, and the loss of funding the UNRWA, one of the very few humanitarian organizations still active in the Gaza Strip. In recent conflicts, Such indirect deaths range from 3 to 15 times the number of direct deaths. Applying a conservative estimate of 4 indirect deaths per 1 direct death to the 37,296 deaths reported, it is not implausible to estimate that up to 186,000 or even more deaths could be attributable to the current conflict in Gaza. Using the 2022 Gaza Strip population estimate of 2,375,259, this would translate to 7 to 9% of total population in the Gaza Strip. A report from February 7, 2024, at the time when the direct death toll was 80,000, estimated that without a ceasefire, there would be between 58,260 deaths without an epidemic or escalation, and 85,750 deaths in both occurred by August 6, 2024. An immediate and urgent ceasefire in the Gaza Strip is essential, accompanied by measures to enable the distribution of medical supplies, food, clean water, and other resources for basic human needs. At the same time, there is a need to record the scale and nature of suffering in this conflict. Documenting the true scale is crucial for ensuring historical accountability and acknowledging the full cost of the war. It is also a legal requirement. The interim measures set out by the International Court of Justice in January 2024 require Israel to take effective measures to prevent the destruction and ensure the preservation of evidence related to allegations of acts within the scope of Genocide Convention. The Gaza Health Ministry is the only organization counting the dead. Furthermore, this data will be crucial for post-war recovery, restoring infrastructure and planning humanitarian aid. is a member of the editorial board of the Israel Journal of Health Policy Research and of the International Advisory Committee of the Israel National Institute for Health Policy Research. Was co-chair of the Institute's 2016 Sixth International Jerusalem Conference on Health Policy, but writes in a personal capacity. He also collaborates with researchers in Israel, Palestine, and Lebanon. RK and SY declare no competing interests. The authors would like to acknowledge study team members Shafiqul Islam and Safa Noden for their contribution to collecting and managing the data for this correspondence. Editorial note: the Lancet Group takes a neutral position with respect to territorial claims in published text and institutional affiliations. Well, until now, this video, guys, I hope it was useful for you. As you can notice, it's a different kind of article as compared with the ones that I usually I'm used to read. But that's the idea of the channel. Try to provide different sources and different kind of magazines and information, so all of us we can find something useful and new resources to keep learning, not just English but or any language in general, and being able to read different kind of sources and articles is like good stuff to keep improving in our language learning path. So until now, this video, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Give me a like and subscribe, as I say. Turn on the notifications so you can realize when I upload a new video. And thanks for watching. Have a good one, and bye bye.